Hi my friends, welcome to my channel. So today I'm gonna talk about Hermes leathers and sizes. I told you I was gonna do this series about Hermes, and I'm gonna share with you guys another question that I always get on Instagram. It's about what size should I get, or what leather? I don't even know how to start, or what style to get. So I'm gonna try to bring you guys some light today. And the first thing you have to know, this is totally personal. Okay, you just have to think about what you like first, what style do you like first. I know it's really hard with Hermes because we don't get to try the bag on. When they offer us something, we just have to get it. We don't have the time to just see how we like the bag and take that time to use the bag. It's not like Chanel that you go in the store and then you try the bag on and then you walk around, and then if you don't want the bag you can just take it back. But with Hermes, it doesn't work that way. When they offer you something, it's kind of like it's a yes or no. You have to respond it like this. And sometimes it's okay to make wrong decisions, but as I said in my first video, I said returning is not a good idea at Hermes. Okay, just make sure you get something you like. Always have something in your mind. Just think about what you want, what kind of bag you want, and what style you want. Just always make sure it fits in that. So if it's not that specifically bag they're offering you, you just have to see if you like it. But if you don't like it, if your heart doesn't beat, you guys can say no. It's totally okay to say no and just wait for something that you like, that's something that you're actually gonna use it, rather than just getting a bag because you're feeling the pressure of getting a bag. Okay, so about sizes, it just depends. As I said, it just depends on what you need and what you're gonna wear and what time are you gonna wear the bag. Let's say for a daily bag, I would consider more like a 35. If you wanna just use it as a more casual bag, 35, Birkin 35 is always a good way to go because you can fit a lot. Or if you have kids like me, I carry a lot of stuff for my kids, so it's always good to have a big bag so you can put a lot of stuff inside. And even when I go out to lunch with my kids, I just bring my Birkin 35. I fill up with toys and clothes and diapers, and you still have the diaper bag because you never know how much stuff you need with little kids, especially with the baby and a toddler. But it's totally optional. I mean, the 35 is more casual in my opinion. It's really good for travel bags. If you guys like to travel and would like to have a good bag, 35 is a good way to go because you can fit a lot, and it's really good. It's really good to access in the airport. And I showed in my last video, if you want to open the bag and get a passport or something, it's really easy to get in, so you don't have to stress about it when your hands are full, and especially when you have kids. So 35 is the way to go if you want something more casual, if you want something more for daily basis. 30 is between 25 and 35. It's definitely the most popular size, and it's a great size. You can fit a lot in a 30. And I know it's right now the trend is mini bags. So for 25 it's really hard to get one, but 30 is always a good size. It's a perfect size. It's in between 35 and 25. And I love my 30s. My very first Birkin was a 30, and I don't regret because I still have it and I love it. And I just think it's a perfect size. So if you don't want to wear it in a casual day with your kids, or if you want something dressier, I think 30 is the way to go because you can still take it to a restaurant at night, or you can use on a daily basis. So I say that 30 you can use for anything you want, okay? Because at 35 it might be bigger for date night, but at 30 you can definitely take on a date night. If you want to take out in a nice restaurant, if you want to take in a whatever place you want to go, it's a good size because you can also fit a lot. You can put makeup, you can put your wallet and everything that you want inside, and still fits a lot. Whether 25, it's a small bag, it's a very small bag, and you don't fit as much. You can fit, oh, you can fit a full-size wallet for sure, but you don't fit a lot of stuff like a 30. And the problem with the 25, you can't put that in your wrist. It doesn't fit in your wrist, so you kind of have to carry it like that. And when a 30, you can put in your wrist and then you walk around with the 30 over here, but you don't, the 25 you can't. So you have to hold the bag like this, always holding like this. So if you have your free hands, it's fine, it's totally fine. But if you have your hands full, like I do with my kids, you can hold a 25 with your hands and have 2 kids around. So it's kind of hard. 25, in my opinion, it's more for, I would say, like special date nights. If I want to go out with my husband without my kids, and then I wanted to just take something small, just put a little card holder, my phone, and a little bit of makeup, that's a perfect size. But 25, I don't think is the size for daily use, because as I said, it doesn't fit much. So even if you don't carry a lot of stuff, because I know a lot of people use Chanel mini bags for daily basis, even though if you don't carry a lot of stuff, I think it's still not the right size for the daily basis, because you have to hold it like this. Okay, you don't put it in your wrist. You can't have the bag over here or here. You just have to hold it like this. So it's kind of hard when you're walking around and then you have the bag. It's more for date nights for sure. It's the type of bag that you carry to a restaurant, or you carry it to a party or something, and then you're just gonna sit the bag, or you're just gonna hold the bag here for a couple hours for a long day. I don't think it's the right size. And talking about Kelly's now, Kelly's about the same. No, 35 is a bigger size, and 32 is a great size too. They have 28, which is similar to a Birkin 30. Okay, but it's kind of hard because they have 32 and 28. In Birkin, they have 30, so they kind of similar to a Birkin 30. Probably fit the same, kind of. It's a little bit bigger, but Kelly is narrow on the sides and doesn't fit as much as a Birkin. Even a Kelly 25, it's super tiny, and it fits less than a Birkin 25 because it's very narrow. When a Birkin is chunky and a little bit big, and then you can just open it, but with the Kelly, it's just very narrow and doesn't fit much. So about leathers, about the sizes, it just depends on what you're looking for. Okay, I always tell people, look what you're gonna wear the bag for, because you can't just have a Birkin because you want to have a Birkin, or a Kelly because you want a Kelly. Think about how you're gonna wear the bag. You know, because when you get a bag like that, you have to wear it. It's not a bag, the type of bag that you're gonna put in your closet. They're so expensive. You definitely have to get to use them. And you just have to think about what would you use more. What type of bag would you use more? Is it 35? Is it 30? Is it 25? In my personal opinion, for the first bag, I think 30 is the best way to go, because you're in between sizes. And as I said, my very first one was a 30, and I loved it because it was a perfect size. I could get through, and then I got a 35, and then I got a 25. And to be honest, I use my 35s the most because I'm always with my kids. Like casual days, I take them to the mall, or we go to places. I just take my 35, and my 30 and 25 I use more when I go out with my husband, when I go with my friends, or you know, I have girls at night or something like that. I take my 30 or the 25, but when I'm with my kids, I use more the 35. Okay, about Kelly's is pretty much the same. And as I showed you guys my last video, I hope you guys watched that. What to choose, a Kelly or Birkin. I showed you guys the difference in that video. If you didn't watch, run over there and watch that video. And now I'm going to talk about the leather. It's another question I get. What leather should I get? Well, the most common leather for Hermès is Togo, which is the most durable leather, and it's the most common leather. It's definitely the easiest one to get. and it's a little bit heavier than Epsom leather, but Togo is the way to go. Okay, especially because it's more durable, and if it gets a little bit wet, so it's still gonna last. So if you always on the go and you want something that you don't have to worry as much, is Togo. It's kind of like the Chanel caviar. When you get, you know, they have the lambskin and the caviar. The lambskin is more sensitive, and you have to always baby your bag. You always have to watch your bag. But the caviar, you don't have to worry as much. So Togo is kind of like the caviar. You don't have to worry as much, and it's always nice and durable. Okay, whether the other leathers, I would say Epsom. I have my Birkin here. This is the Epsom. You can see when you get an Epsom bag, the shape looks better in the bag. It's more structured, in my opinion. You see how perfect this bag is. It's very perfect. I like the shape. However, anything that you touch can scratch your bag. I got a tiny scuff over here. The other day I was walking in the mall, and then I kind of bumped the wall, and I got a tiny, like, you can't really see it, but it's very, very tiny scuff. And I was very upset about it because this bag is very sensitive. And I mean, it's not very sensitive, but you know, it wouldn't happen if it was a Togo bag. And this is definitely more sensitive than Togo. That's what I mean. And I just got this tiny scuff here. I was very upset. But Epsom leather, it's lighter when you carry it than a Togo. Togo is a little bit heavier than Epsom. This is a little bit lighter. It's easier, and it, as I said, it's more structured. And depending on the size of the bag, like if it's a 35, Togo can be a little bit slouchy if you wear it a lot. But actually, Epsom holds the shape better. I don't know about 35 because I don't want 35, but Togo is always the way to go, as I said. And for a Kelly, you know, I also have my Kelly here. This is a Kelly 28 Cellier, also Epsom. And for Kelly, usually if you go with Cellier, which is the most desirable one at the moment, people always want to have a Kelly Cellier, especially 25 is the biggest trend right now. And it's definitely the hardest bag to get because all the sales associates have huge waiting list for the Kelly 25 because everyone wants a Kelly 25 Cellier. And it's definitely the cutest size and the cutest bag. So if you want to get a Kelly Cellier, just keep in mind what I told you in my last video. It's kind of hard to get through, and it's very lightweight. It's kind of like my Birkin. It's kind of the same way. But if you get a Kelly Cellier, it's always going to come in Epsom leather. But if you get a Kelly Hetone, it's gonna be Togo. You can get a Kelly in Togo. So it just depends on the style you get, because there's two styles of Kellys. So for the Kelly Hetone, which is Togo leather, you can also the bag can also get a little bit slouchy because of the leather, the size, if you wear that a lot. So the way I keep my bags to look nice is always keep them in the boxes. Okay, I always take them out to breathe. I wear them, but they always go back to the boxes. I put the stuffing, and I put them in the box like this, so they're never just standing. And I never keep them with my things inside, just the original stuffing. And because usually Hermès put the, you know, the bubble, not the bubble, the plastic air inside the bags for as the stuffing. So if something happens and that deflates, you can always get from Amazon. They always send that in an Amazon box. It's kind of the same. So you just put in your bag. And I always keep them in boxes to keep a better shape. Okay, because the Togo, if you always keep them out and leave it in your closet, it can get a little bit slouchy. As the Hermès leather. Hermès leather is very light too. However, it's very soft. It can get very slouchy if you don't Watch your bag. If you don't take care of your bag, it's gonna get a little bit slouchy. So it's the Clemence leather. It's more common in Evelyn bags. If you own an Evelyn bag, you definitely have the Clemence leather. It's softer than Togo. It's kind of similar to Togo, but softer. And so you just have to take that in consideration because it can get a little bit slouchy if you, especially in the bigger size. If you get a Clemence Birkin 35, you can just, you know, because it's very soft leather. I don't have anything in Clemence besides Evelyn's. The mini Evelyn's, the big Evelyn's that I have, they are in Clemence, but they look perfectly in those bags. I just don't know if I would get a Clemence bag in Birkin or Kelly. And also the Swift leather. I know there's a lot of other leathers. I'm just gonna talk about this four because those are the most popular ones. So for the Swift leather, it's a little bit more sensitive. It's very buttery and it's soft. And I don't know, a lot of people were afraid of Swift leather. I don't have anything Swift leather, but I would definitely take it. If it's a small bag, a Birkin 25 or a Kelly 25, I don't think I would have a problem with that because I've talked to a lot of people and I know if it's a bigger bag, let's say it's a 30 or a 28, that can lose its shape easily because it's also very buttery, very soft. So I would rather have something small. So if I would get a Swift, I would definitely have the smallest size. Okay, so it's not that scary because people say, oh, it crashes a lot and you just have to baby the bag. It gets very slouchy, but I don't think it's that bad. I've seen Swift many times in the store. I've touched it and I've seen people carrying it and I don't think it's bad. And people always get scared. So I would definitely get something in a small size. For the Chev leather, so there's one more I'm going to talk about, so it's going to be 5. For the Chev leather, I don't have any, but it's on my list. I hope I can get one soon. And I just think that I never seen it. I never touched it. I only seen pictures. I see pictures of the Chev leather all the time. And I really want one because I think it's a very, it's a perfect leather. So it's very, how do I say? It's not shiny, but it's a different texture of the Togo because the Togo has a little dots and the Clemence also has little dots. So the the Epson also has little dots, so it's a little bit texture. You guys can hear that. So the Chev leather is just very, it's not soft, it's just like, I gotta explain. It's a different type of leather. It's a different texture. It's very, I don't know how to say, but it's just a different texture, and I really want to get that because I also heard Chev leather is very light and it's not so common in bags because they don't make as much. The most common is Togo, Epson, and Swift, Clemence sometimes. But Chev is not that common. It's not something that you get in the store that you can find it. Sometimes I see bags, they come out with some bags in Chev, but it's mostly special orders as far as I know. I don't know if I'm wrong or not, but I never really seen it. And even my SA always told me, oh, we don't really get Chev leather, but I want to have one someday. I want to have the experience to have all kinds of leathers. So I have, as far as for now, I only have Clemence in my mini Evelyns and the big Evelyns. I have Togo, and then I have Epson. I don't have Swift, and I want to add a Swift, and I also want to add a Chev, but I don't know. We never know what's coming. But those leathers, those are the most popular. There's a lot more. I don't really know about them, so I don't want to talk about something that I don't know. But as far as for the common ones, the Togo and Epson, these are my tips. You know, always think about what leather you want. I would definitely recommend more the Togo because it's more durable, like the caviar. And if not, I think the Epson. but as I said, the Epson is a little bit more sensitive than Togo, because Togo wouldn't happen what happened in my bag. I got this tiny scuff, which is, you know, I'm devastated still. It was really sad, but Togo doesn't happen like that. It's more durable. Okay, I just hope this happened, this helped you. Sorry, not happened, but helped you to clarify about the letters. And as I always say, I'm always available on my Instagram. You guys can always reach me out. My Instagram, I'm there always responding questions like this, or you can write in the comments. I'll be happy to answer. And if you guys want to give me more suggestions about videos, Hermès videos, just please let me know, and I'll be here. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed my video, and thanks for watching again.